Going that way. All right. And see, I'm not in the mountains. This is the sand hills right here at the beginning of the sand hills, and it looks like the mountains. These boulders, it's just being eroded out, or the soil is, and just leaving these huge boulders. And you got crevices and little caves in here, and it's just so cool to be down here. So you see we have a big old granite boulder. It's actually rotting. You can see the individual minerals that make it up. This is so old and it's so exposed to weathering. You start getting this rain coming over, it's just eating this up. I can break the rock open just by hand. And this is how you create soil. When you get soil, you start getting your successional plants coming in. And this is part of the boulder fill I was telling you about. So it's pretty cool. I'm sure Native Americans could wall this out, use it for some type of storage, who knows. All right, in this boulder field, I'll tell you, it's a boulder field. You can see where gravity and also weathering, root prime, the roots going in, ice wedging, crack this rock apart. And in time, again, this is just rotting. Very, very old granite that's been exposed to the elements. It's an intrusive rock. It got forced to the surface. This is an igneous rock. It's just cool to be in this area. I wish I could tell you where it's at. You just gotta get out and hike and find your own. All right. Yeah, coming down through you gotta be careful walking through You're still filming?
Yeah.
All right, good example. This tree is being pushed on by this rock, but this tree is also splitting this rock. You can see where it's been growing. If you come on around and pan it, because this is such an old granite, it's starting to crack it. It's starting to push it. So instead of being root pry, it's actually trunk prying. If you come over here real quick, careful, root. This is just water. Going around if you can. This is just water coming off the rock, and you can see it's starting to crack it. As it freezes, the ice splits it, melts, splits, that's ice wedging. And also you got a vine here, also growing roots in here, root prime. So this is mechanical weathering. All right. If you ever watch the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, that might be the big boulder and it caves the little Roadrunner. Hope he's not the coyote and get squished. But you get an idea how big these boulders are, and some of them are bigger than this. Behind me on the other side of the creek is incredible. It's just too steep. Go to your left a little bit, there you go. Other left. Other way, that's your right. Come on up down that face, don't slide though. He's gonna duck walk. I can't see you there. It's a little spooky up there, it really is. All right. That's a perfect example. You got this huge chestnut oak growing straight on this bare rock, and the roots are going down in there, finding the soil, and they're prying the rock apart. And you see where it's all cracking up. And we're just below that big boulder a minute ago. So that's a chestnut oak, and it's just cracking this rock apart in time, and it's going to break it on apart. That's called root pry. That's mechanical weathering. Whew, tired. So you got this natural little crevice right here, and even the other side. You look down the creek, the whole side there. I mean, in time, it's just going to be a bigger rock canyon, basically. It's going to be incredible to see another 100,000 years from now. It's all just natural. It's all here in Lancaster County. Now I'm sending Cade inside here. That way if there's any snakes, he gets bitten, I don't. Come on down to the base rock right there. Come on down a little bit. Yeah? And that rock right there, if that boulder collapses, this whole thing falls over on Cade like a little old trap. Slide on down. What you scared for? Don't go hiding in there. But in there, I mean, that's a great place for small mammals and stuff to get in there, and actually snakes. So right now is why I'm coming now before it gets too warm. Pretty cool. Don't get there too long there, buddy. All right. This is pretty cool. We came up on this. There's no telling how long this has been. It's like a little fire pit. And could be here 100 years ago, 200 years ago. Who knows? It's just neat. But there's a different type of rock in here. I'm trying to figure that out. And that, you might have old home places, but it might have been an old campsite. And it's just cool to see this. This is not recent because there's no fresh edges. All these edges are weathered. Oh, look. I was just saying, now you see why it's the boulder field. We're getting further down. Now I'm on the other side of the creek. It's just like being in the mountains. Check out the big boulder up here. It's just crazy. And you can sneak around in here and have fun in here, but you gotta be careful with crevices. You can break your ankle, twist your knee. Snakes, of course, and so many places to explore. And my son and I are gonna spend the rest of the day just playing and exploring. Man's gotta climb some. Oh. Now the bad thing is I don't know if I can get out the other side. This might be like a dead end. But it goes all the way up through here and you got other rocks. And there's spooky standing under this thing. All right, this is why I was talking about being so dangerous. You hear we're outside a big boulder and we have water erosion. You see the roots in this tree. There's a huge hole right here. When we get covered by leaves and stuff and you're stepping over branches or roots, you could go through that. So we're not really playing in here, we're exploring, but we're real careful where we step, watching for snakes, and it can be dangerous. It really can be. Spin around and see the back. Real slow. There you go. There's the top. That's just crazy what we're in. It's like a maze. So now we're back down to the creek area, but if you notice the creek's no longer here, it's going under us. And again, that could create a huge cavity under us. This is my butt. Turn around, Cade. Gracious, being a goober. And you just see all these boulders trying to get around.
You can hear it too, the water.
You can hear the water under us a little bit, but there's just openings everywhere. And we're getting on the other side because it is getting a little squirrely in here. Don't want to get hurt. But like I said, there's a nice little cave up in that area, or crevice, not a cave, it's a crevice. This is in Lancaster County. It's just something to see. It just kind of shows you how steep and how it's like being in the mountains. It ain't easy. All right. So with all this erosion, you get these cool features. And here, it's just walled out the middle. It's bounced on two sides. And on the far side there, you got a big boulder that's being split in half by erosion. And then you can start seeing how high we are, what we just climbed. Don't get over there if you're gonna fall, Cade. All right, can't get over there? Don't try. Ain't worth it. I don't feel like carrying you back about 2 miles. All right, so what breaks down this rock, is that breaking it down, is just moss on here, and as you get enough soil or breakdown, this is called resurrection fern. When it's dry, it's as brown and dead and crumbly as can be. And when it gets a little bit of rain, it comes back out. And that's its life cycle. So it dries up and comes back out. And this is helping break down this rock. Yeah, I'm tired.
That sounds very exciting.
All right, now we're back on top. And this is some of the top of the boulders, and you see the draw in the middle. And the bad thing is these leaves. The leaves hide things and are slick, and there's a nice little cavern right there. It's not a cave, it's just where rocks are laying against each other. And it's deep. You step in there and slide, there's no telling how far you might go. And if you get in there stuck and you're by yourself, you know, that's why you always let somebody know where you're at. But if you go trying to boulder hop, you can really get hurt. But it is something.